The humans nodded, the gravity of the situation settling in. They were being given a chance, but they had to tread carefully. They hurriedly set up a small display using their portable technology, showcasing holograms of their energy systems and their potential benefits. As they activated the projectors, colorful images filled the room, illustrating their advanced designs and concepts. The princess watched closely, her eyes narrowing as she absorbed the information. "Impressive," she said, her tone shifting slightly. "But visuals alone do not mean much. You must show me results." Sarah felt a wave of hope. "If you allow us, we can even conduct a live demonstration in one of your facilities," she suggested, trying to sound convincing. "You will see our technology in action." Erilyn considered this, her expression thoughtful. "Very well. I will grant you access to our energy facility. But know this, should you fail to impress me, you will find that my patience is not limitless." The humans exchanged relieved glances. They had taken a crucial step forward, but they were still walking a tightrope. Erilyn stood up, gesturing for the guards to follow her. "Come, let us see if your claims hold any weight." As they walked through the palace, the humans were in awe of their surroundings. The architecture was breathtaking, with smooth curves and glowing designs that seemed to pulse with life. They passed by alien servants who bowed respectfully as the princess passed, their movements fluid and graceful. Finally, they reached the energy facility, a sprawling complex filled with glowing machinery and advanced technology. The hum of power filled the air, and the atmosphere was charged with excitement. Sarah felt a mix of nerves and determination. This was their chance to prove themselves. Inside the facility, the humans set up their equipment, explaining their technology to the attentive audience of alien scientists. They felt the weight of Erilyn's gaze on them, her curiosity mingled with skepticism. "Let's begin," Sarah announced, her voice steady. "We'll start by demonstrating our energy transfer system." As they initiated the demonstration, the equipment sprang to life. Holographic displays illuminated the room, showcasing the flow of energy and the technology's potential. The humans watched anxiously, hoping to see impressed expressions on the faces of the aliens. But as the demonstration progressed, they noticed Erilyn's expression shifting. Her keen eyes studied every detail, but there was a hint of concern in her gaze. The humans pressed on, showcasing their system's capabilities, but doubts began to creep into their minds. Suddenly, a loud alarm blared throughout the facility, echoing through the halls. The lights flickered, and the machinery began to sputter. The humans exchanged panicked looks, realizing they had lost control of the demonstration. "What is happening?" Erilyn demanded, her voice firm and commanding. "Explain this failure." The humans scrambled to diagnose the problem, their hearts racing. Sarah felt a wave of panic. They had come so far, and now everything was unraveling. "We can fix this," she shouted, trying to keep the fear from her voice. But as they worked frantically to regain control, the princess's expression hardened. "Your deceit has brought nothing but chaos. You think you can trick me and walk away unscathed." The humans felt the weight of her fury crashing down on them, realizing too late that they had underestimated the alien princess. Their plan was crumbling, and they stood on the precipice of disaster. As the alarms continued to blare, they understood that they were facing not just the consequences of their actions, but the true power of an alien ruler who would not easily forgive. The game they had played was far from over, and the fury of Princess Erilyn was just beginning to unfold. "You said." The aftermath. Chaos engulfed the energy facility as the humans scrambled to regain control of their malfunctioning demonstration. The blaring alarms pierced through the air, and the flickering lights cast eerie shadows across the room. Sarah's heart raced as she exchanged frantic glances with her team, desperately trying to understand what had gone wrong. "Check the energy flow," Jake shouted, his fingers flying over the control panel. "It's fluctuating too rapidly. We need to stabilize it." Meanwhile, Princess Erilyn stood with her arms crossed, watching the unfolding disaster with a mix of concern and displeasure. "This is unacceptable," she declared, her voice calm but laced with authority. "You come to my world, offering supposed advancements, and you can't even keep your own systems in check." The weight of her words settled heavily on Sarah's shoulders. "Your Highness, please, we're doing everything we can to fix this. It's just a technical issue, and we'll have it resolved in no time." Erlen's emerald eyes narrowed. "You've made a grave mistake. I extended my hospitality to you, and this is how you repay it. With failure." The humans felt the tension rise in the room. They were acutely aware of their precarious position. Just moments ago, they had been offering their technology as a solution, and now they were on the brink of alienating the very ruler they sought to impress. "Let's try rebooting the system," Lisa suggested, her voice trembling with urgency. "We might be able to reset the energy flow and stabilize everything." With no time to lose, the team worked quickly to execute Lisa's plan. As they initiated the reboot, the alarms finally silenced, leaving an eerie stillness in their wake. The flickering lights steadied, and the machinery began to hum softly once more. "Is it working?" Erlen inquired, her gaze unyielding as she assessed the humans' progress. "Almost," Sarah replied, sweat beading on her forehead. "We just need a few more moments." Finally, with a series of clicks and whirs, the energy system stabilized. The holographic displays flickered back to life, showcasing the technology's capabilities once more. "It's operational," Jake exclaimed, relief washing over him. "We're back online." But the moment of triumph was short-lived. Erlen's expression remained guarded. "You managed to fix it, but do not think this will erase the stain of your initial failure. You have not earned my trust, and trust is the foundation of any alliance." The weight of her words hung in the air like a heavy fog. The humans knew they had to make their next move carefully. "Your Highness," Sarah began, her voice steadying as she faced the princess. "We understand the gravity of what just happened. We promise to work diligently to regain your trust." Erlen regarded her with a cool gaze, assessing the sincerity in her words. "I will give you one more chance. You may stay and demonstrate the effectiveness of your technology, but if you fail again, I will not hesitate to send you back to your world in disgrace." The team nodded, grateful for the opportunity to redeem themselves. They understood that this was their last shot, and they had to impress the princess. With the energy system stable, they began their demonstration again. This time, they ensured every detail was executed flawlessly. They showcased the energy transfer process, explaining its benefits to the alien scientists gathered around them. The humans spoke passionately about how their technology could transform the alien world, making it more sustainable and efficient. As they presented, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling of Erlen's watchful gaze. The princess remained stoic, her expression revealing little as she absorbed every piece of information. But slowly, they began to notice subtle changes in the atmosphere. The alien scientists leaned in closer, intrigued by the technology they were witnessing. Their expressions shifted from skepticism to curiosity, and Sarah felt a spark of hope. After the presentation, Erlen gestured for her advisors to step forward. They began discussing the technology among themselves, their voices a soft murmur. The humans exchanged anxious glances, unsure of how their efforts were being received. "Princess," Lisa finally said, gathering her courage, "we believe that our energy solutions could not only help your people, but also strengthen our world's connection. Together, we can face any challenges that lie ahead." Erlen looked thoughtful, her gaze drifting to the holographic display that still glimmered with potential. "You speak of connection, yet you came here under false pretenses. Why should I believe that you are sincere now?" "Because," Jake interjected, his voice firm, "we have a chance to learn from each other. We made a mistake, and we are willing to admit it. But if you let us, we can work together to create something truly remarkable." The princess studied them for a long moment, her expression unreadable. Finally, she spoke. You have shown resilience in the face of failure. That counts for something. Sarah's heart soared at the possibility of acceptance. Thank you, Your Highness. We will not let you down again. As the day progressed, the tension began to lift. The humans and the alien scientists engaged in lively discussions about energy systems, technology, and potential collaborations. They felt the walls of mistrust begin to crumble, paving the way for a budding alliance. But deep down, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that Princess Erlen's fury was still simmering beneath the surface. They had won a small victory, but the real test lay ahead. If they wanted to secure the princess's trust and create a meaningful partnership, they would need to tread carefully. As they wrapped up their demonstration, Erlen stood, her expression softer than before. Very well, humans, you have made a case for your technology. But remember this, trust is earned, not given. Do not think you can deceive me again. With those words, the humans nodded in agreement, fully aware that their journey was far from over. They had a long way to go before they could truly prove themselves to Princess Erlen, but for the first time since their arrival, they felt a flicker of hope. The encounter had shifted. It was no longer just about technology. It was about understanding, respect, and the promise of a brighter future together. The elder regarded them for a long moment before nodding slowly. Very well. If you can prove your intentions are sincere, we will assist you. But know this, our trust is hard to earn. With newfound hope, the humans set to work alongside the villagers. The days blurred into a whirlwind of activity as they gathered materials, constructed energy systems, and collaborated with the locals. They forged strong connections with the villagers, learning their ways and sharing their own knowledge. The villagers taught them how to navigate the treacherous terrain, while the humans introduced new concepts of sustainable energy. As the deadline loomed closer, they faced numerous obstacles. One day, a sudden storm swept through the area, threatening to dismantle their progress. They worked tirelessly, reinforcing structures and securing equipment against the howling winds. This storm could ruin everything. Lisa exclaimed, her eyes wide with worry. Keep calm. We've come too far to give up now. Sarah shouted over the wind, determination fueling her. After hours of relentless work, they managed to keep their project intact. As the storm finally passed, they stood together, soaked but triumphant. Look, Jake pointed to the sky, where the clouds parted to reveal a brilliant sunset. We're going to do this. We just need to keep pushing forward. With the storm behind them, they put the finishing touches on their energy system, hopeful that their hard work would pay off. They all shared a moment of unity, knowing that their combined efforts had strengthened their bond with the villagers. On the third day, they gathered the villagers and Princess Erlen to unveil their creation. The energy system hummed with life, glowing softly as it harnessed the sun's power. Behold, Sarah announced, her voice ringing with pride. This is our gift to your village, a sustainable energy solution that harnesses the power of the sun and nature itself. The villagers gasped in awe, their skepticism slowly melting away as they witnessed the fruits of their collaboration. Erlen stepped forward, her expression unreadable. You have done well, humans. This is a remarkable achievement. But remember, the journey has only just begun. You must continue to earn our trust. As they celebrated their success, Sarah felt a wave of relief wash over her. They had risen to the challenge, proving that despite their earlier mistakes, they were capable of great things when they worked together. But the road ahead was still uncertain, and the true test of their partnership with Erlen and her people lay just beyond the horizon. The unveiling. The sun rose over the village, casting golden rays across the newly constructed energy system. Excitement filled the air as villagers gathered for the unveiling. The once skeptical crowd now buzzed with anticipation, eager to see the fruits of their collaboration with the humans. As the villagers settled around the energy system, Princess Erlen stood nearby, her emerald eyes scanning the scene. Sarah, Jake and Lisa felt a mix of pride and nerves, knowing that this moment could change everything. They had poured their hearts and souls into this project, and now they would showcase it to the princess and the people of the village. With a deep breath, Sarah stepped forward, her heart racing. Thank you all for gathering here today. We are proud to present the energy system we've created together. This project symbolizes not just technology, but also the trust and friendship we hope to build with you. The villagers murmured, their faces filled with curiosity. Erilyn nodded, encouraging Sarah to continue. This energy system combines solar panels and bioenergy technology, Jake explained, gesturing to the components. It will provide clean, sustainable power to your village, reducing reliance on fossil fuels and improving your quality of life. The villagers leaned in closer, fascinated. Lisa stepped forward, eager to demonstrate. We'll show you how it works. When the sun shines, the solar panels collect energy. At the same time, organic waste from your village will feed into the bioenergy generator, producing even more power. She flipped a switch, and the system hummed to life. Bright lights flickered on, illuminating the area. Gasps filled the air as villagers stared in awe, their expressions shifting from skepticism to amazement. This is amazing, one villager exclaimed, clapping his hands. The princess observed quietly, her face impassive. As the system whirred and glowed, the villagers began to cheer, their voices rising in excitement. But amidst the celebration, Erilyn's expression remained stern. This is a commendable effort, but I must remind you, the true test will be its performance over time. Can it withstand our harsh environment? Will it truly benefit my people? The humans felt a twinge of worry. They had worked hard, but what if the system failed? What if they had underestimated the challenges of the planet? Your Highness, we believe in this technology, Sarah replied, her voice steady despite her racing heart. We've tested it thoroughly, and we're confident it will perform well, but we will be here to support you every step of the way. Erilyn regarded her for a long moment, then nodded slowly. Very well. I will allow my people to give this technology a trial. But remember, if it fails, the consequences will be dire. With the princess's cautious approval, the villagers began to engage with the energy system, eager to learn how to use it. Sarah, Jake, and Lisa moved among them, teaching them how to maintain and operate the new technology. They shared laughter and stories, building bonds that felt increasingly genuine. As the day progressed, the energy system buzzed with activity. Villagers lined up to see their homes illuminated by the newfound power. The lights flickered on and off, and laughter echoed through the village, as families marveled at the transformation. But amid the celebrations, the team felt the weight of Erilyn's words. The energy system had to perform flawlessly, or their efforts would be seen as mere deception. Days turned into weeks as the villagers tested the system. At first, everything seemed perfect. The lights remained bright, and the power flowed smoothly. Sarah, Jake, and Lisa felt a surge of hope. They had done it. But then, one evening, a storm rolled in. The winds howled, and rain lashed against the ground. The villagers hurried to their homes, but Sarah, Jake, and Lisa remained at the energy system, watching with concern. We need to secure the panels, Jake shouted over the wind. If we don't reinforce them, they could be damaged. The team sprang into action, struggling against the howling winds to stabilize the solar panels. They used ropes and weights, doing everything they could to protect their hard work. As the storm raged, Sarah glanced at the energy system, her heart racing. We can't let this fail now. The night felt endless as the storm battered the village. But finally, as dawn broke, the winds began to calm. The rain slowed to a drizzle, and Sarah, Jake, and Lisa cautiously approached the energy system. They held their breath as they flipped the switch. Would it still work? With a soft hum, the system powered on, lights glowing brightly. Relief washed over them, and cheers erupted from the villagers who had gathered to witness the outcome. The villagers embraced the humans, expressing gratitude and joy. You did it. You made it work. But as the humans celebrated, Erilyn remained distant, observing quietly. This is only the beginning. The storm was a trial, but many more challenges lie ahead, she warned. Her words hung heavy in the air. Despite their success, the humans knew that they had to continue earning Erilyn's trust. As the days passed, the humans and villagers worked together, strengthening the system and preparing for any future challenges. Bonds of friendship grew, and with each passing day, the humans felt more at home in this strange world. But lurking in the shadows, doubts remained. Would the princess ever fully trust them? Would their efforts be enough to overcome the challenges that lay ahead? As they moved forward, one thing became clear. Their journey was far from over. The road to acceptance would be filled with trials, but the humans were determined to prove their worth. Together, they would face whatever came their way, united in their mission to earn the trust of Princess Erilyn and her people. You said, the hidden threat. The sun rose over the village, casting a warm glow that signified a new day filled with promise. Sarah, Jake, and Lisa worked diligently alongside the villagers, reinforcing the energy system and teaching them how to maintain it. With each passing day, trust blossomed between the humans and the people of the planet, but a lingering tension hung in the air. As they gathered for a morning meeting, the villagers expressed their growing enthusiasm. The energy system is fantastic, one villager exclaimed. Our homes are brighter than ever. Let's work together to expand this project to nearby villages, another suggested. Sarah felt a swell of pride as she listened. That's a great idea. If we can help more villages, it will strengthen our alliance. But as they discussed their plans, Princess Erilyn watched from the side, her expression unreadable. Her emerald eyes darted toward the horizon, and Sarah could sense a shift in the princess's mood. After the meeting, Sarah approached Erilyn. Your Highness, I appreciate your support. Our partnership is blossoming. Do you have any concerns? Erilyn turned her gaze to the distance, her voice steady but serious. I fear that not everyone welcomes your presence here. Some see your technology as a threat. There are whispers of unrest. The word struck Sarah like a bolt of lightning. What do you mean? Who would oppose our efforts? The leaders of nearby villages, Erilyn replied, her tone grim. They fear you might take away their power or disrupt the balance we've maintained for generations. Change can be frightening. A knot formed in Sarah's stomach. But we're here to help. We want to make things better for everyone. I know, Erilyn said softly, but fear can cloud judgment. We must be cautious. I suggest you prepare for potential opposition. As the princess spoke, Jake and Lisa joined them, having overheard the conversation. What's going on? Jake asked, concern etched on his face. Erilyn believes some villagers may not welcome us, Sarah explained. They're afraid of the changes we bring. Lisa frowned. We need to reassure them. We should hold a gathering, invite leaders from neighboring villages, and showcase the energy system. That's a good idea, Jake agreed. If they see the benefits firsthand, they might change their minds. The plan was set in motion, and the humans worked tirelessly to prepare for the gathering. They decorated the village square with lights powered by the energy system, creating an inviting atmosphere. Villagers spread the word, inviting leaders and residents from nearby settlements to attend. As night fell, the village square came alive with excitement. The aroma of traditional food filled the air, and laughter echoed as villagers mingled, sharing stories of their collaboration with the humans. Erilyn stood at the edge of the square, observing. She felt a mix of pride and apprehension. Would this gathering truly unite the villagers, or would it stir up resentment? The first guests arrived, hesitant but curious. Among them was a tall, stern man named Chief Orin, the leader of a nearby village. His reputation for being strong-willed preceded him, and whispers followed him like a shadow. As he entered the square, silence fell. All eyes were on him, and a palpable tension filled the air. Sarah felt her heart race, but she forced a smile, stepping forward to greet him. "Chief Orin, thank you for coming," she said warmly. "We're excited to show you the energy system and its benefits for your village." The leader's gaze shifted toward the villagers, uncertainty flickering in his eyes. "And what if you're lying? What if this is all a trick to control us?" Jake quickly added, "You've seen the energy system work. It has survived storms and challenges. We're here for the long haul. If you want, we can set up training sessions to teach everyone how to use it. No secrets, no lies, just cooperation." Erilyn nodded in agreement. "Together, we can ensure that everyone benefits. You don't have to fear us. Instead, you can be part of something bigger." The masked figures looked at each other, their resolve wavering. Sarah could sense that the tide was turning, but they were still on edge. "But what about our traditions? What if we lose our identity?" The leader questioned, his voice softer now. "Tradition is important, and we respect it," Sarah said earnestly. "We want to enhance what you have, not replace it. We can find ways to combine our strengths." As the villagers listened, some stepped forward, supporting Sarah's words. "We've seen the good this technology brings," one villager called out. "We can keep our traditions alive while embracing new opportunities." Gradually, the masked figures began to lower their weapons, uncertainty etched across their faces. The leader hesitated before turning to his followers. "What do you think? Should we listen to them?" "We need to be careful," one masked figure replied, his voice shaky. "But perhaps they do have a point." Erilyn seized the moment. "This is an opportunity for all of us to grow. If we stand divided, we are vulnerable to greater threats. Let's come together and find a way forward." With a heavy sigh, the leader finally removed his mask, revealing a weathered face marked by experience and pain. "My name is Terran. I've seen too many people fall victim to outsiders who only wanted to take. But perhaps you are different." As Terran lowered his weapon, a wave of relief washed over the crowd. Sarah felt a surge of hope. "Thank you, Terran. Let's work together and prove that we can create a better future for all." The villagers erupted in cheers, their voices echoing through the square. The masked figures began to mingle with the crowd, their hostility slowly fading. With the immediate threat diminished, Sarah, Jake, and Lisa felt a collective sense of triumph. Erilyn smiled, her eyes sparkling with pride. "You did well, all of you. But remember, this is just the beginning. There will always be challenges ahead." As the night wore on, the village celebrated their newfound unity. Laughter and music filled the air as humans and villagers shared stories, forging bonds that transcended their differences. But beneath the surface, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that not everyone was convinced. There were still whispers of dissent, and the road to true acceptance would be filled with obstacles. As the stars twinkled above, Sarah reflected on the day's events. They had faced fear and uncertainty, but had emerged stronger. Together, they had proven that hope could triumph over doubt, even in the darkest of times. Yet, in the back of her mind, she knew that the challenges ahead would test their resolve. The path to lasting trust would require patience and persistence. As she looked at the villagers dancing and celebrating, Sarah felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had come too far to turn back now. Together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their mission to build a brighter future for everyone.